Hello. Today I wanted to show you what I've been working on in my sculpture class. The assignment was to create a piece of wearable art based on something in nature. So I was sketching a pine cone and I really liked the pattern of the scales, how they were kind of going in diagonal spirals around the cone. And I also learned that each individual scale opens and closes depending on the weather. So I was thinking it'd be really cool to turn that into a bag, to store something in every little flap. And so I started making a few prototypes, and then I got this big amount of free fabric just in the one of the buildings on campus. And so I started sewing, and let's see, I went just kind of layer by layer just to create this kind of effect. And what's really interesting is that when you go just one square at a time, then you start to create that pattern just naturally, because each flap is going in a diagonal, but also there are patterns that go straight across. And so what I ended up doing was I would sew two together. Let's see how I can show this to you. I sewed two together and then sewed one on top of both of them, which had a bit of a curve to it so that, you could store something inside. And so I thought this would just be a prototype, but kind of like it. And it turned out even better than I expected, because as you can see, it all opens and there are pockets inside each of these. And also, what's cool is that it's like stretchable. So if you wanted to, make the bag smaller or larger, then you can just, grab it, pull on it, and all of a sudden it gets smaller and larger. So that was the original idea, was that maybe you could have a bag that is multi-purpose and you can use it for anything, for shopping at different places, and each of these little places could be a pocket. And at the same time, the inside of the bag could have pockets and one big pocket, obviously, like a regular bag. And so now I'm just going to keep adding flaps just to see if this pattern works. And also, I'm going to try and extend the flaps downwards so that the pockets can be quite deep. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you think. If you have any ideas for me, if you've ever done anything like this, any sort of wearable art or work with fabrics. I personally really love sewing, and so I chose to use fabric, but obviously there are many materials you can work with. If you look at the top designers, or really anyone who does the kind of wearable art or clothing, they use all sorts of materials. So it's really interesting to think about, and it's just fun to try and come up with something different. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think. Bye.